Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Tovia. I'm going to show you guys how to make the best meatloaf you ever had in your entire life. You'll find all the ingredients throughout the video as well as the description box. So I'm starting with 2 pounds of ground chuck. You can use any type of ground meat for this of your choice. So I have 4 whole eggs and 4 egg yolks that I'm going to add to that. So I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of salt, 2 teaspoons of black pepper, couple tablespoons of paprika, tablespoon onion powder, and garlic powder. I have here 1 bell pepper, 1 white onion, some fresh parsley, and some fresh garlic that I've diced. We're going to add that. 1 cup of breadcrumbs, 2.5 tablespoons of liquid smoke, 3 tablespoons of hot sauce, and I'm using Texas Pete. About 3 tablespoons of tomato paste. I have a cup of grated Parmesan cheese. So I'm just gonna use my hand to mix everything together. We're just gonna work everything together. So it's a lot of eggs in here, so don't worry about overworking the meatloaf because the eggs is really gonna add a lot of moisture. So this will give you a chance to really just combine everything thoroughly. So after thoroughly mixing everything together, we're just going to dump it into a loaf pan. So I'm going to place my meatloaf pan on top of a pan that I lined with foil. This is just to catch any fat that runs over. I'm going to cover with a piece of foil. And then this is going to go in a preheated 375 degree Fahrenheit oven for about, say about 1 hour and 20 minutes. From that point, anywhere up to 2 hours. You have to take the temperature, and it just really depends on your oven. So my meatloaf is done. It took a total of 1 hour and 43 minutes for it to get to temperature for me. And I just take my meat thermometer and I go right in the very center just to make sure it's at 155. And it's at 155. Now all my fat did go to the bottom of the pan. So we're going to make a quick and easy glaze. This part is totally optional because some people hate having a tomato glaze on top. By all means, you can just take the fat and make gravy for this. So I like to just make sure there's no more fat in the pan. I just grab the whole pan and tilt it, and all this fat here I'm going to just discard. So before I make my quick little glaze, I like to take a butter knife and just go along the close to the edge of the pan just to loosen the meatloaf. Now for my glaze, it's quite easy. It's just ketchup, tomato paste, and sugar. And I'm going to mix those ingredients together. And don't worry about the sugar not being mixed in smoothly because the point of this sauce is for the sugar, because the sugar is going to help caramelize the meatloaf. So you just spread that little sauce on top. And then I have my oven set to broil. And you just put this in the oven and allow it to broil for about 10 minutes. Just until it, browns a bit. Okay, so the meatloaf is done. If you want to do several glazes, feel free. If you want, to add more, yours thicker, it's up to you. So it's still pretty hot, but I just want to make sure it's still loose from the pan. So I'm going to go ahead and take it out of the pan. So here's our meatloaf. I'm going to go ahead and slice into it so you can see the inside. And like I said, I did let this sit for about 15-20 minutes before I cut into it. So you want to let it sit after you take it out of the oven. So here is the final of our meatloaf. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Support me by hitting the thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Add this video to your playlist. So I'm going to just dig in. And I just served this with cabbage and rice. Here it goes. It's very juicy. Wow. Absolutely juicy. Flavorful. I just love all the onions and the peppers that you can taste. It's absolutely delicious. Wow. It's so tender. It just melts in your mouth. So quick and easy to make too. So there you have it, how to make a juicy meatloaf. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to live and be well and come together and love each other.